Okay, I'm going to try recording this video, and this is my first take of recording this video. I may have to do several takes, but what I want to make a video about today is basically my last 3 weeks of playing around with Sora2. Use a title and put that in the thing, Sora2. It's basically a trying to create like an Instagram or a Facebook of for like AI videos, and that's kind of what they're trying to do. It's kind of set up like an Instagram type thing where you can like people and follow people and stuff like that nature. It's interesting because when you go to post a video, you can't upload something really from your feed. You got to kind of like, work into adding prompts into it. I haven't really played with I know they don't allow me to do photos. I haven't really tried to do videos, but you're able to create characters out of the people you create. So like if I would say, create me a 7-foot tall man, they would create a 7-foot tall man. I mean, I can, say age, you got to be more very gender specific, long hair, green eyes, halfway large nose. The more prompts you give, the more it learns, but it does have its limitations. You only get 10 seconds, which is only about a 17-word scene. Now you can tell it to cut to different scenes, and it will like maybe say a car is driving down the road, a guy runs in a house, shoots somebody. Put that up there because I've already shot that. But it's so quick, and there's not a lot of conversation. It's hard to have, or if you could tell somebody to say, hey, love your face, you could say that, or 17 words, but you're not really going to be able to put a whole vlog, if you will. It's not really there yet. It's not really signed up yet to where maybe Sora3 or Sora4 that generation may make a longer content. But it reminds me a lot of like, when Snapchat first came out, it was just these little snippets. What was it? Vine. That was the social media years ago. I'm putting my age out there. I'm 58. Really, gave a 10-second thing and put up videos. And a lot of people had fun with Vine. And we actually had some, influencers come out of Vine. I think Jake Paul. I think the Pauls came out of Vine. I'm not positive about that. Somebody down below, tell me if I'm right about that. I could be totally wrong though. Anyway, with that being said, I think my review of this is going to be pretty much just saying it's really barbaric at this point. I can do a lot of cool things, and in the 10 seconds, people aren't going to think. Now, the other downside to this is that I will never trust a video again. If I see someone run in and steal something out of a gas station, I won't believe it. Because I've been able to see where you can, even on the Sora, you can kind of tell it's a fake video, but there are some parts that are so good that you wouldn't know. To the naked eye in 10 seconds, you wouldn't know if it was that person or not. So I really do feel like it's taking right now with this AI video and this kind of thing, even though it's fun as a creator. I think if you're a creator, you have fun trying to manipulate the character story. It's going to take fact that no one could ever believe anything we see from video. And video has been kind of the testimony of truth. So you see someone shoot somebody in the street, and someone shoots with a cell phone camera. Boom, you believe that person shot that person, or somebody punches somebody or something like that, or there's a fight breaks out. They can use these things in a court of law. I think that's going to be challenged now. I think you're going to be able to, there may have to be some way to identify whether or not that footage is AI produced at all. With Sora, though, they put the little watermark down there, so you could obviously see that it's a watermark. It's not real. But at the same time, there's other platforms that's coming out that you could, manipulate a set of footage and make it go to a certain level. And I'm not really a fan of that. I like the storytelling aspect of it. I put out like a Western that was fun. I put out a sailing soap opera that was kind of fun. You know, you're still going to have to type it all out and send it out there. But I really do feel like, you know, there's a fun side to it. But at the same time, we're going to be losing our truth, the truth of video. So with the younger generation, they won't care. And of course, the first time somebody gets sued or loses money or is killed over something, it will become the dogs will be out. They'll let the dogs out, and all the lawyers will come out, and everybody will. Then we'll have to talk about, well, we have to put some regulations and put some boundaries on here. But right now, it's just kind of what you can train it to do. And I imagine the adult world will really lean into this eventually, which is kind of crazy. Because you know, I'm a guy that, the interesting points of it is that it'll be interesting to see what men produce for their spank bank material pushed into a direction of what we're supposed to like. And now if we just create something, you may see some crazy stuff. Maybe green lips or something totally abstruse may end up blowing out the logistic, you know, the algorithms of that. So that might be an interesting thing to see where the male mind goes, and when it has its own ability to create whatever it wants. It also could be very scary. So that'll be, but as far as the adult world, I'm sure they'll lean into this a little harder, try to find a way to monetize it, make money with it, and then everybody else will follow. So it's always the way it's been, you know. When the handy cams came out, the adult world got a hold of it. When cell phone cameras came out, the adult world got a hold of it. It's always been that way because they're not afraid to go to the most vulnerable place in the world. And that's where they make their money. So anyway, this is running about 10 minutes. So let me wrap this up. What I've learned is that it's still very barbaric. That's one. Two, I've also learned that it's going to challenge the trust factor of the video truth. And three, it will most likely in the future be able to get an idea of what's really inside people's heads. On the keyboard, courage will really be able to be measured. And at this point, that's what I've got out of the 3 weeks. Comment down below. And you know what's funny? Oh, just one last thing. My growth on the channel has been started a little bit. Like I've been trying to get to 200 subscribers, and I'm like 198, and I was at 192, and I kept trying to get to 7, and it hasn't done a lot. So AI has not pushed me over the top of growing my channel. If I was trying to be monetized or something, it hasn't really pushed me down that level. So I don't see it as a tool to use to grow your YouTube channel. It may be a tool to use for B-roll. If you need some B-roll and you don't want to pay Shutterstock or something like that to you know, but that might be, you know, something else you could use it for. But at this point, it's not going to grow the channel. It's going to challenge people on the truth of what a video is, if that video is true or not. It's going to be able to understand more about what's in our brains. And I think at this point, it's still kind of rough. So, anyway, you all have a great day. Hey, subscribe, like, and share this out. My name is John Maddox, and I'm a digital creator. Thanks for watching.